yes. I was gonna wear my button shirt, you know, just I was looking for a mute, but I thought, well, I probably better not wear that one.
Okay. This is the 7/21 of 25 Carroll County Election Board meeting. If everyone would please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, since this is the first meeting of 2025, I did want to introduce the board. To my immediate left is our Republican Representative Jeff Kibler, and sitting next to him is the Democrat Representative George Price, and I am your county clerk and secretary of the election board, Sharon Milburn. Okay, the first bit of business, we need to nominate an election board chairman. Traditionally, this has gone with the party that the sitting governor is the member of the board that chooses to be the chairman. But that is not a requirement, but that is, I would make a motion to appoint Jeff Kibler as the election.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, at this time, the chairman would take over, but with this being the first meeting and you don't know what the agenda is detailing, I will continue. I know George is aware of this, being on the board last year, but our poll book vendor is VR Systems out of Florida, and they, at one point, were not going to stay in the state of Indiana, so they were not going to be certified, even though we've only had their equipment for 1 year. They did make a deal with the Secretary of State that they would stay through 2026, but there's no guarantee that they will be staying after that. So I did some legwork, and originally I was just going to bring to the board that we sell the equipment back to VR Systems and go back to our original poll book vendor, which is ES&S, which is the rest of our election equipment. Even though our equipment was less than a year old, some of it, they were only willing to give me $300 per unit.
What we paid for them.
We paid $1,400. So I felt like that was not proper. So I continued to do some research, and there is a county in Illinois, Kane County. They are willing to purchase our equipment for $750 a unit, which I negotiated up from $500. I have talked to all the necessary actors in Indiana so that I made sure that we were doing it above board and legal. The Indiana Election Division is on board. We just need to vote. It needs to be a unanimous vote. And then we would sign the disposal plan of our poll books, which is detailed here that I would give you so that you could read it. And then we would be entering into a contract with the state of Illinois, Kane County, in order to make that transition. It's not a quick transition, government to government, so it does take a little bit of time, but we would have enough time to get the money reimbursed to us to apply to our next poll books, and have all of those in place, updated, ready to go for our 2026 election.
I don't remember, was the ESS relatively similar in operation?
At the time that I purchased the VR tablets, ES&S was not upgraded to the level of the tablets that I was getting. Now they are fully upgraded. They're actually better than the ones that we have now, and it stays with our same system. So now we would have one vendor for all of our election equipment versus two separate vendors.
What will they cost us?
I think they're right around 1,600 for the new. I have money left in my budget this year that I can apply towards that, plus the money that we'll be getting from the state of Illinois. So I've got a little over half of what we would need to replace what we have. And then I will just take the rest of it out of our, but they're willing to wait until 2026 for the balance of the equipment, if that's the route we go. I mean, this is still, you guys still have the choice to not approve the purchase and selling of the equipment.
So you're pretty sure that VR Systems is not going to be back then after 2026?
There is no guarantee. They only have 3 counties in the state of Indiana. They are losing money. And that was their reason why they were not going to get recertified.
Well, that makes sense to me to have all the same equipment.
I'm just hesitant and afraid that 2026 is going to roll around. They're going to be like, we haven't gotten any more. We're pulling out. We're not going to get recertified. And then I've got an election the very next year, and then I'm in struggle mode. We're in a hurry up mode to get it done. Non-election year, this is the perfect time to make that smooth transition and just get it done. If they were to give me, we're going to be here through 2028, some other number, I'd feel comfortable staying. But I'm just, and I have actually talked to VR Systems. They are willing to help facilitate the exchange if that's the way we vote. No hard feelings. They completely understand. And I told them it's not, I like the equipment. I like the people that I work with. It's just.
So the other companies now will fold over like these do.
Yep.
So they can
Yep.
sign and all that stuff.
Yep. Every
I remember
basically.
that was the hassle with the others.
Yeah. Basically, these are the same. They very, very similar in user
Appearance and
ability.
operation.
Yep. They'll still have the function where the poll workers are no longer asked if you're Republican or Democrat. The voter has to choose themselves. So very similar. There's not that much difference in them.
I move that we sell our VR systems to Kane County, Illinois for $750 a unit.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, if you guys want to sign that document.
Where do we sign it at?
I believe it's
Is it on the
maybe the
third page?
third page. And I'm not sure what the top line says.
That's Porter County.
Well, they just have a different, I think the top line.
Here, I'll let you look at that.
Sorry.
Sure don't want to put a scratch in the wrong place.
Okay, so I am on the first line. You will be the second line because you are the chairman.
Okay.
And then George would be the third line.
Okay.
Yeah, it has those other things because certain counties have, they don't have a quote election board. They have different
Okay.
things. Okay, and then there were some changes in law, and
Do we need to make a motion then to buy the others? 'Cause right now you have none.
no, not till I've got the contract. I don't have a contract from them. I have the contract to sell them. I don't have the contract to purchase the new ones. So yeah, we'll bring that back to the table. A law changed in the election realm, and under the HEA 1679 Section 1, it's a House bill. They have decided now that when you are an elected official, if your position makes more than $5,000 a year, you must maintain your campaign for the duration of your term. That caught 89 out of 92, because the other 4 were not there, clerks off guard. We did not know this was even in the works. It's a lot of excess paperwork, but that law actually went into effect July 1st, and everyone that's elected official, $5,000 more a year, had 10 days to submit their paperwork. It was not the clerk's responsibility to reach out to any elected official. It's their job, is what we were told, to know what the laws are. I will tell you, probably all 88 counties reached out to every single elected official because we didn't know about it, so we knew they wouldn't know about it either. So letters, I sent letters. I came back from conference on the 19th, wrote up letters on the 19th and sent them out to every single elected official, telling them what they needed to do and why. I had 2 come in late, which we will address next week at the public hearing, and I have 2 that are currently not been turned in at all. These are reports that are determined to be overdue, late, whatever term you want to use, at the price of $50 per day. So the ones that were due on the 11th of July that have not been turned in, it's $50 a day. The 2 that were turned in late were turned in on the 11th, but they were after the noon deadline. So even if it's 12:01, that's day 1, $50. As a board, we can decide to reduce those fees, keep the fees the same, or completely wipe out the fees. It has to be by unanimous decision at the public hearing. The 4 people that it is going to affect have been invited to the public hearing. They can choose to show up, they can send a representative, or they can just let us decide without them having any words.
Just so you know, they're usually not very happy when they show up.
Yeah. That is true.
So the 2 that were late, not such a big deal, but the 2 haven't turned in at all, that's a problem then.
Well, even the ones that turn them in late, I mean, late is late.
Yes.
I mean, but yes, and the one, thankfully, I was still sitting at my computer because it came in like I'm not going to put my fingers on it right now, but it was like 4:58. And had I already stood up and locked my computer, I would not have got that till Monday. I probably just, from past doing things, I would have considered it receipted on the day that it hit my email. Even though I didn't physically have it in my hands, I had access to it had I been there. So that's how I handle things. But according to the code, until I've printed it off and accepted it, it's not turned in. But I do have some flexibility on that, and I choose to give them the benefit of the doubt and go that way.
Can I ask a question or 2?
Only if you come to the microphone, because it has to pick you up. And you have to say who you are.
Where I live.
Everybody knows where you live.
Yeah. I live by my flat tires. I'm Dale Seward of 222 East Franklin Street, the party chair for the Republican Party. I did not get a letter mailed. You said to all elected officials. I did not get a letter mailed to me. Was there a reason why?
You have not closed your campaign, so you still have an active campaign opened from when you ran previously. So you are in compliance and you're not a current elected official.
And I don't make over 15,000 currently, right?
5,000?
5,000.
Right.
Okay.
And you have to be a sitting elected official making more than 5,000 a year. But even if you were a sitting elected official, you never closed your campaign. Your campaign is still open, so you're still in compliance with the law.
I just figured that'd be a little confusing to people. Who are the 4 that are due in for the public hearing?
Brady Wiles,
Okay.
Kathy Justice,
Okay.
Angie Brown, and Bill Brown.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. at the public hearing, we'll go over.
That's next Monday, right?
Yes, next
Okay.
Monday, we'll go over the actual reports and all of that as well. The next item on the agenda is setting dates for 2025. I don't believe we need to meet every month, but I think since it's already July, we're meeting again next week. We need to meet at least a couple more times throughout the year with the vendor and the poll books and all of that. So I'll leave it to you gentlemen to decide dates, times. The location will forever be in this room now because of the live streaming capability.
So we're still meeting on August the 14th?
I had asked her that, and she said no.
No, I replaced that with the July 28th. Because I needed to get it in within, that was like the drop dead date that I needed to get it in by.
Okay.
So, and you guys were good for next week, so I moved it to that.
So it's on the 21st, and then again on the 28th. Today's the 21st. Okay, so
Yeah.
Yes.
I can take the one off for August the 14th.
Yep, so our next one would either be September or October. And then one in November. That would be probably sufficient.
Okay, so I'm going September the 12th through the, the 19th through the 27th.
So we would either need to have it before the 19th, because I leave for conference. I'm gone the 29th through October 2nd.
Doesn't matter what day of the week we have it.
No,
I'm having knee surgery on the 15th.
of September,
Yes, so I will not be very mobile for a while.
okay?
It's
So,
not bad. I had mine.
I've already had this one. I've had that one done. I'm just getting this second one
That's
done.
what I gotta do is do the other one.
Yeah,
I haven't scheduled mine yet.
my first one went
you
rough.
said it was September.
Had it done
So
in March, I'm just now
is
getting around
is
to
there
it.
one day that's better than another?
For me, anything, the 9th through whatever, that whole week is wide open, other than the 8th. My 8th is full of doctor's appointments.
Okay,
But the 9th, 9, 10, 11 is wide open, and the
Me
week
too,
before
so
that.
that's probably a good time to have it.
Okay.
10 or 11, because we're
Yeah.
both wide open, and that doesn't happen very often.
okay, well, I'm gone 8 and 9, so we could, and the 10, I would like to kind of keep it later in the afternoons.
So let's do the 11th then.
You want to do the
Gives you a
11th?
day to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to, I just picked 3 o'clock because I knew no one would be using the room.
That's fine. 3 o'clock works fine.
Does that work for everybody?
Because I'm not driving the school bus this time, so.
Okay.
I got too many irons in fire, so I had to go.
And then I would say if we're going to do one in October, maybe make it kind of towards the end of the month,
Mhm.
and then make November.
My October's pretty wide open.
Okay, so the problem with November is I leave for Florida about the 14th of November.
Okay. So maybe do you want to keep it on a Thursday?
Don't have to.
The 6th works for me. That's not too soon.
That works for me
November,
too.
November 6th?
Yeah.
Okay, did you want to schedule one in October, or, which maybe we could go mid-October?
Yeah, it needs to be the first full week in October. I've got quite a bit going on then, but the last 3 weeks of October is fine.
Okay. Maybe the 16th, what's that look like?
16th's good for me.
If you want to keep it on a Thursday.
It's good for me.
Is that good?
Can't believe we're hitting this many of them.
Okay, so I have September 11th, October 16th, and November 6th,
All at 3 o'clock.
all at 3 o'clock in this room.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, and I will send out something.
Now, do we need one in December?
Not at the, let's hold off on that one. I hope to have all of this done by then, and we will discuss whether or not you guys wish to attend the election conference that's in December.
When is it?
I do not have that date in my calendar yet. I can get that to
Isn't it
you.
normally like the first week, though?
I really don't remember.
Okay. As soon as you get it, would you let me know? Only
Yeah, I
because
can let you know. I can send out an email later today.
I'm coming home from Florida for a while in December.
Okay.
Just because I get bored down there, we'll be lambing, so I'm coming home. So I'll buy my airplane ticket maybe so I can come home and go to that, because that was pretty interesting last time I went.
Okay, I will get that. I believe I have the date, I just don't have it in my records.
January doesn't look very good for me to have a meeting, because I'm probably not going to be back home in January, but when it comes to February, I'll be back, so.
Okay. And then the only other thing was if you guys had any questions concerning the public hearing.
I don't, because I've been through one.
Yep.
I've never been through one, so
Okay.
I'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's if they attend, they have the right to speak as to why we should reduce, eliminate, whatever. Or they can send someone on their behalf, or we can just,
Had she not sent them a letter, their excuse would have been they didn't know anything about it.
right.
Now, all of a sudden, they got to have
Well,
another excuse.
and they were sent the letter. They received a phone call on Tuesday. They received a phone call on Thursday, and the ones that still weren't turned in received a phone call Friday morning. And my staff did all the calling. That way, there was no indication that there was preferential treatment or anything, because they don't know the candidates like I know the candidates. So I'm like, you guys do the calls, that way I know someone else is calling, just to kind of cover everybody's bases and make it more fair, I guess.
Okay, so now I have a request.
Okay?
Normally, we use that county email to communicate. Can we just text message instead, only because my phone died, and so I got it back, and now I don't even have that email address anymore, and I don't know how to get back to it. He doesn't have one yet either, so.
The only problem with that is if we only communicate by text, if someone wants,
document.
yeah, there's no public record there's no public record outside of your phone. So, but I can get you the email is very simple, and if you have to change your password, after the meeting, I'll call the tech guy, and he can walk you through resetting your password and all of that.
Okay.
That
Right
way,
now, I don't have any.
that way we have a record of.
That's fine.
Did you have something else?
Yes, thank you.
Dale Seward again. Who runs the YouTube channel?
I do not know the answer to that.
Okay. And then the fine for that campaign finance is $50 a day?
$50 a day, up to $1,000.
Okay. And in the future meetings, will you be looking at financial reports from the last election board? They're ending stuff to where we're at now. Will you be looking at financial reports at any point?
For the candidates?
Well, for anybody, anything that was turned in from between when the old board last sat to where we're at right now, whether that's candidates or political parties or
There
whomever.
won't be any other reports due until January of 2026.
Right.
So
But
the last reports that were turned in would have been
24.
January of 25. So
Okay.
yes, we should probably go over
okay.
some of their reports, yes.
And Wiles and Justice are the ones that turned them in late?
Yes, they
Okay.
both were in on Friday.
Okay.
It was just after the noon deadline.
So their fee would be $50 each?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else from the board?
the others, if they turn them in, say, they turn them in tomorrow, then their $50 fine stops at that point in time. You know, we don't have a meeting until next Monday, correct?
Right. Yep, whenever they turn them in, that's when the clock stops, but then we just have to count the days, and with the 11th being day one. And that's been some controversy in the past that that's not day one, but according to Indiana law, 12:01 is considered day one. And when it clicks over to midnight, that's day two. And it's not weekdays, it's calendar days. Anything else from the board?
Nothing for me.
Okay.
I move we adjourn.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Some of our meetings are this short, and then there's some that aren't this short, like the one next time, if all them people want to speak, it'll take a while.
Yeah.
They won't be happy.